Good evening, good morrow, and good day, and welcome back, should I say, to Slice and Dice here with the Manylands campaign. As you will be aware, no doubt, we've had a little bit of a break from the stream as technical things have been improving and other sort of, other stuff. But basically, we've given the whole channel a refresh, is what I'm trying to say, in the time that we've been off. As you can see, now all the players have their lovely little character art next to their names. Character art was by the wonderfully talented Mariam Safdar. And you can find her on Instagram. That's at Marie MARI945, and get your own character art stuff as well, because this is so cool. So there's that. As you can see on the Twitch page, we've updated some things as well. So we've got a nice little refresh, really, keeping with this kind of circular branding thing. And in addition to that, we've been testing out some new stuff here on the channel. So if you were tuning in last week, you may have seen here on Slice and D6, on Slice and Dice, you may have seen myself actually wearing the exact same T-shirt. Yeah, I'm proud that I wore this last week during the charity gaming marathon that myself, Bart, and Marta both took part in, along with a host of their streaming and gaming chums. All in for charity. We chose our own charities individually, and we gamed for 24 hours straight, which ended up being 20 hours on Destiny 2 and 4 hours on some other stuff. All good stuff, really enjoyable, and thank you for those of you who tuned in for that. To keep my sanity, it was very much appreciated. But before I go on, for the rest of you, any announcements at all? Have you got anything that you want to let everyone know about?
Nope. No. All good.
Sorry, I'm having some audio problems.
I thought you were. Your face was like tensing up. I could see. Well,
some
you're not
kind
hearing.
of crackling, and I don't know why.
Crackling from all of us. Crackling from.
1 second.
It might just be her end, maybe. Were you guys getting crackling, or was it just Marta? No, you guys were okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's as if like is somebody doing something while we're.
Well, we've lost Dan's picture, fleeting look. So I don't know if he's not muted on Skype.
I think he's not muted. I'm like, why is this like crackling? And is anybody else hearing the popping?
Dan,
I'm hearing a bit of popping.
Somebody's moving stuff around.
Yourself on Skype. I don't think you.
Dan is muted on Skype.
Everyone's
muted on
as well.
Oh,
okay. He's muted. Good.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I overrid everything or whether. Anyway, technical stuff. We had to get them in early, obviously.
I'm still having the trouble, but I'll soldier through.
Okay, so Marta, I believe you've had a new addition to your household during these times.
I do. At 2:30 a.m. on Sunday morning, I welcomed a new fur baby into my life. So I now have. It's been a lifelong dream, but I now have a horse. It's yeah, and not just a horse, a stallion, which is actually a real trip. It's it's very different taking care of that as opposed to a standard horsey. Sadly, he's not named Horsey. He's named Urano. Maybe one day I will have a.
Urano.
But yeah, I will. I mean, I promise that if I ever get a horsey of Horsey's description, I will name him Horsey in honor of this game. But for now,
don't do it.
That's much appreciated.
At least a stable name Horsey. I mean, I don't get to decide what the actual name on the passport is, but you know.
It's all gravy. It's all good. Well, thank you for that. And
it's fine.
I should ask.
Conversation.
Brilliant. I should ask before going any further. Bart, have you fully recovered from last week? You feeling all good now after 24 hours gaming?
I'm curious why I was singled out, but yes, I guess.
Because I've already spoken to Marta. I wanted to bring you in.
Okay. Inclusion. Yes, I have. Yeah, I mean, I got I sleep like the dead. I am. If we were talking before the stream started about various skills that people have, my skill is sleep. I am the Kung Fu master, black belt, first dan, absolute epic tier sleeper. So I was out like a light by about 10:30 after we wrapped up the stream, and then slept through like a baby. So yes, all good. Stream was good. Stream was good fun. If sanity peeling.
Can we just acknowledge the fact that, Bart, you and I have been playing this game with that crew for the last 3 years, and Jack came in and did all of the most difficult content, bar the latest raid, because, you need to level up in Destiny 2, you need to power up.
I'm not worthy yet.
For the first time, he's like actually raiding. He's doing every raid back to back in 24 hours without sleep.
Jack basically took like about 90% of Destiny 2, liquefied it, and just consumed it in one shotgun. Like
I mainline Destiny 2.
You torpedoed Destiny 2 is essentially what's happened here.
Good lord.
And for that, I say.
Well, thank you very much. To be honest, I mean, it's hooked me now. I'm now like, ooh, there is so much other activity here. Gambit and Strikes and other games are available. We're not sponsored by Destiny 2, but I'm just saying, I've enjoyed it so far, so I'll be playing it again. Anyway, speaking of things that I've enjoyed, there's another thing I've been working on here on the channel, and I've been talking about it for the longest time, nearly 2 months. Well, now finally is the time to unveil it. It's time for a new intro, and it's time for me to try and share screens with these guys really quickly. So here we go. Time for our very new intro to the Manylands campaign. And we are back. So, what do you think of that?
That was amazing.
An awesome introduction.
I don't know. I've lost everyone.
I got very excited. Oh, Drake Lazarus, is the intro over? when does it get? When does it get to me? Oh, Drake. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We will. I will have to work on that. I have to work on another one, especially for you at some point. It's got to be done.
Especially for you.
So apparently, sorry, I can't read the writing very well from this distance, but Angela T says definitely quite a bit of echo on Marta, but lovely otherwise. I honestly, I don't know what the issue is there. But Marta, can you mind speaking for me now just to see how we're doing? Oh, I'm echoing as well. Okay. Let me see. Let me see here. I think I can fix that.
On that introduction video, when it got to Brucon's one, and it says thing as Brucon, and he appears with the eyebrow raised, it looks like Brucon's questioning that, like, or
am I?
Question everything.
The vital ingredient that was missing was the character art, and now we have it. So, bam, new intro, everyone. Hopefully that's got you hyped for everyone. Everyone is at the moment.
It's got me so hyped. I'm going to turn on my camera for a second.
Okay. Apparently, Angeletti is everyone's echoing. I'm not sure if anyone else could verify whether that's that is the issue everyone's having, or if it's just a local problem.
I just checked on mine. I didn't hear any echoing.
I don't hear echo, but I have a consistent like white noise in the background.
That might be my mic source for Discord. It won't be on the stream, but it's just because I'm using a different source I talked about with the others because this.
Yeah, but it just makes it hard to hear you guys. That's my problem.
Okay.
So that was the we were doing some source juggling because with all of the streaming sharing setup, when Jack was using his regular mic, there was a very, very loud crackling noise that was coming through. So,
but the constant white noise should be coming through in someone's audio channel, and if no one speaks, we can see on the Discord.
But it's not. It's not. That's the problem.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not coming from Discord. It's not coming from someone else.
Wait,
so should
just
we all mute simultaneously?
silent.
And then...
Don't mute. Don't mute. Just don't speak. To me, Bart's coming in, but when you muted, it didn't change anything for me.
So
which would imply it's your end?
Yeah, it might be. I'm just gonna rejoin. Okay, I'm just gonna restart. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. In the meantime, let me just get some music up on the go, and we'll jump in with tonight's session of the Manylands campaign.
Angelati says it's gone now, so that's good on her end.
Hey, thank you, Angelati. Yes, whatever happened there, we fixed it. We may have accidentally fixed it, which is good. Any fix is a win, really. The one thing I've got.
Oh, good. It is her. It is Angelique.
Sorry. Hi, Angelique.
I was assuming it was Angelique, but I then realised that it could be anyone.
Yes, and we thought better be neutral just in case. Now we know it's you.
Yeah, I worked with a guy called Angel, so.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Okay, so anyway, last time, which was over a month ago, I think we're due for an update, really, on how everything's going. So previously on the Manylands campaign, as for most of the party, you were on the trail of Neris, who had gone missing and had been replaced in your party by a doppelganger. The doppelganger then, after some coercion and zone of truth and other methods, then decided to help you guys out and has, along with Greenblade, the ranger around Hilberg, has helped you track down the missing Neris, and that's brought you to an old abandoned dwarven fort called Corrak. Of which she apparently has been taken by the Red Mages and has been left inside. But what you didn't know was that Neris, in fact, being, the badass that she is, made her own escape. She didn't need rescuing, although it was after some horrific, traumatic, torturous episodes, and in fact being tricked by illusion magics and hallucinations into murdering her own aunt. Pretty brutal stuff. She then managed to escape from her cell within the caves and then made her escape by assuming the form through her latest spell, that being Alter Self, to turn herself into a merfolk she once saw back in Flaming Jack's Bar and Grill. Turning into the merfolk and diving into some water, and that led out into an open cavern covered in smoke. As for the rest of you, you entered Corrak, you discovered some of the history of this place, although a lot of it escaped you, to be fair, but it certainly was an ancient dwarven fort. You continued along, investigated a couple of places using Brucon's natural athleticism and acrobatic ability to be able to get literally the drop on things, until you came across a chasm, as if part of the fort itself had been destroyed by a sort of earth-shaking activity, clearly from a long time ago, given everything was very settled there. And you also found a rolled-up rug, which then decided to attack you, smothering many of the party. It was an enchanted rug, which you managed to overcome. You didn't set fire to it, so it's still around, because Neris wasn't there to set fire to it. So it's still is a thing, and you then managed to... not only defeat the rug, but then able to decipher the writing that had been inscribed upon it, and found out the activation word to use the rug to fly across the chasm. which you were going to do, and in fact 2 of you, Seth and Brucon, had started doing until you heard a voice and saw some fire coming from down below and realised Neris is below you in the chasm, 60 feet below in the smoke. Bravely, most of you dove in to try and help. 2 of you sensibly, well, one stayed at the top, that being Mala, very sensible, and Leobrin, being very sensible, decided to climb down using some rope, while Seth used his ring of feather falling so that he didn't take any damage from the fall, and Brucon slow-falled, I think, yeah, because monks, meaning that Fleeting Look was the only one who really took a big risk jumping down there. But even so, the thought was there, and not only was Neris in merfolk form fighting a yellow ears that was just by the water, but there was also other denizens within the smoke, one of which had a very, very long appendage, a sticky filament which attached itself to Brucon when he crashed to the ground on the carpet, and he was taken away from the rest of you. But fortunately, Brucon managed to overcome the being and escape, and then the rest of you destroyed it and the ooze together. And Brucon also found the source of the smoke, which was, as it turns out, an ever-smoking bottle, which could be useful. You never know. Anyway, meanwhile, Mala got onto the rug, flew across, tried to anchor the rug to get the rest of you to either jump on or to bring it down to your level, and it didn't work, so he just floated across awkwardly, but he made up for it when he got across, as he found 2 red mages who were trying to escape, and I think it was Leobrin who used the command spell that then... Was it Leobrin or was it Mala? I can't remember.
No, someone else. Mala was smarter.
Mala used the command spell.
Mala commanded them to jump down the hole.
Mala basically went real badass. He commanded the red mages to jump into the chasm, which they did, and it caused serious hurt to them. And then, if that wasn't enough, then went along to the into the next chamber, found a dozen undead, and just went, nope, used his channel of divinity and blew 10 of them apart instantly, and no one else was there to see it, which is a real shame. And then fought off the other 2.
I'm so happy I didn't see that.
Meanwhile, the rest of you are stuck at the bottom, with the exception of Brucon, who used his Pole of Collapsing to sort of give himself a boost up, and has ascended up the chasm, the other side of the chasm, up to the remains of this corridor, with 3 doors, 3 doorways, one straight ahead of you, one to the left, which you're aware Malar went through, and one to the right, which hasn't been explored either. And that is where we're going to pick up today's session. So, with the 4 of you at the bottom, how would you like to get up the chasm?
Just a quick question. Neris, is she still using alter self? But she took one of the robes before she barbecued them to look like them?
She did.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if she's changed shape.
I will have to verify with her. I know that you ascertained that it was Neris, because I got confused with that at first. Back on.
Yeah.
Back on. So, yeah, good question. So, Marta, Neris, is... Hello. You're just getting onto Discord. Okay. No. No worries. I could lip read. We're all good.
Dan's arrived.
Also, a lot of people are muted in case they are speaking. Go. So,
Yeah, I just unmuted
are we
myself.
going up or are we staying down?
Sorry, hi, yeah, Jack, I'm here. It's just Skype is causing me all kinds of problems with
Okay.
audio. I did hear that you just asked something, and I couldn't.
Oh, I didn't ask the question, to be fair. Basically, are you still in merfolk form, or have you dropped back to
No,
Neris form?
I changed. At the end of the last session, I changed into one of the cultists that we.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Good call. Okay, glad I asked. So, yes, she's assumed the form of the female red mage. That's right. Currently.
So, Neris, do you know where we need to go to find the people that kept you prisoner?
Can you repeat that? Hello.
Yes. Where did these guys keep you prisoner? Is basically what he asked. Do you know the way there?
Technically, but I swam through an underwater cave to get there, so not exactly. Unless you guys can hold your breath for a long time.
Have you seen any other routes that could lead there?
I mean, I've only been locked up and ran out past some crazy skeletons, but maybe where Malar is, if we can get up to there, then I'd know.
So I'm gonna yell up and go, Malar, can you lower a rope to us?
Does
Of course, Brucon
Brucon
goes first because you're at the top, and Malar's in a different room. So
Yeah. Brucon shouts down, I'm just gonna go and see if I can find him. 2 moments. Hold, please.
Cool.
Well, we tried to connect
we'll be
you.
down here.
Was the carpet that he used still up there?
yes, it is. Brucon is still up there.
Is it at my feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Would you like me to throw it back?
Maybe use the command words, whatever they were. Rather like the last time we tried touching it, it was without command
Deceiver,
words.
you mean?
And then it immediately jumps up off the floor a foot and starts hovering.
Okay, I just did it. We'll pretend it was on purpose. It's just it's floating here.
It was.
It was totally on purpose. What would you like me to do now? It's just hovering here.
I think maybe we say what was the command word for bringing it here?
I think it's
We
the
should-
same
we
as the
should
command
say
word
it.
for doing everything else with it.
We can,
Deceiver?
when we sat on it, when
it
we
drops.
sat on it, it started to
Oh.
go across the thing, and we said the word mid for it to drop.
Oh.
I think it just I think it does its own thing really. The activation word just seems to make it come up and down. So I'll throw it down to you, and Brucon picks up the carpet and sort of rolls it up and then heaves it over into the down the bottom of the ravine.
Okay. Yeah, and it lands with a thud on the cavern floor. You see some dust sort of billow up from.
So,
Anyway, you have fun with that.
We're
I'm going to go
now-
check in on Malar. And Brucon turns to go. Oh, hang on. Does Brucon have any? Because there were 2. Was there just the one exit from the cavern, or was there more than one?
No, there was 3, but you know which one that Malar went down. You guys, he was quite obvious when he moved to the left, so you know that he went through the left doorway.
But we were at the bottom of the canyon at the time. We were 60 feet below him.
Yes, but because
I don't know why I'm arguing.
because of, no, you're quite right. But I'm going to say because of his height, he moved across. But when he was by the edge anyway, so it was obvious he was going in that direction. Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Happy with that. So yeah, Brucon will stride confident. Well, confidently.
You can also hear the clangs of war coming from that direction.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. Didn't realize there was any war left to happen. Cool. Okay. Well, Brucon will make haste down the passageway.
And as you go through this twisting, turning passageway, it's not very long. It just twists in on itself and back out again, and you're in this next chamber, and you just enter as you see Malar. Just his quarterstaff comes down on the head of this last dwarven skeleton, which then just crumbles into dust beneath his stick, and the room goes quiet.
Quick message in Discord for you, Jack. By the way, just to quickly check.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just because I've stopped my video. I've exited the Skype bit because I literally cannot hear anything if I have it open.
Okay. Yeah.
And now it's just frozen on a really grumpy face.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. We will look at at the Skype thing next time, but we'll keep that up just so we know you're still here.
Out of curiosity, what happens if you mute Skype? Did you try muting Skype in the sound mixer?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not. It
just
doesn't want to
literally
play ball.
being
It doesn't want to
open.
play ball today.
Well, that's
When we have some free time, we'll look at that together and try and get that fixed.
I was just saying because there's somebody really angry looking now on our stream, frozen. So that's it is a bit jarring.
Oh, like you put it on the chat as well. Thank you for that. That's noted.
The probably obvious question: check for updates.
It is
Anyway,
updated.
okay, yeah, cool.
Skype is just
Yeah,
not
Sure.
great.
it is.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah, it's a
known
bit
to
of a
be
pig's ear,
somewhat
isn't it?
rubbish. Meanwhile,
But we will anyway. We'll
Yeah.
sort that out in the future. But for now, with you just on audio, I'll make sure I'm theatre of the minding this as best as possible. And of course, you'll have the Twitch. You can have Twitch open as well, although it be delayed. But anyway.
I just thought that you wouldn't want a scowl on for the entire 3 hours.
It is a rather terrifying face.
It's very Neris. It's fine. It's in
Okay,
character.
fine. Okay.
I'm just gonna look like this for the entire rest of the stream.
It's gonna
so-
mimic the face. Yes, continue.
But if you want to turn that frown upside down, why not visit our merch store? We have 5 items on offer.
So smooth.
Smooth.
Oh my god. Woo!
Thank you. One of which is actually for Neris. With should I set it on fire? Might cheer you up. Anyway,
Yes.
Moving on. So yes. So the room.
I
goes
target
quiet.
the dog.
Yeah, that one too for Seth. So anyway, the room goes quiet as Malar, you dispatch the last of those pesky undead in that room. You are aware of Brucon as he enters because he's not stealthing at this time. And you also can see with your, because you've got the continual flame light, you can see that this cavern is quite large, very high ceilinged. But it's more natural looking. It's more like the natural elements of this subterranean lair have overtaken the civilization that was once here. There's a lot of stalactites, stalagmites, all that junk. And you can see to one side, basically northwards, we'll say, is a passageway that continues through, and it seems a much smaller, compact area ahead there. So that's to your north, and Brucon's come from your east.
Mr. Brucon, we have work to do. Transpire.
Brucon looks around the room.
everybody okay?
Do we? It seems like you've done it all.
This was just merely a symptom of the evil that dwells here. If we are to truly resolve this issue, excuse me, I must catch my breath. If we are to resolve this matter, we must find who has created these foul abominations. And Malar will slap a second level cure wound himself.
Okay. Good call. Good call.
Now, I'm assuming so. Several weeks of time off.
Yep.
Has dulled the edges a bit of all my memories about how exactly things wrapped up last time.
No worries. Yeah.
I don't know if I know. I do remember that there was a discussion with Neris about the Red Mages and WTF is going down here. I'm not sure whether Brucon was party to it. I think he might have been.
I think you were.
I think Brucon was. So we're going to. Yeah. Well, funnily enough, we have some leads on that one. You'll be happy to hear. Neris has been able to give us quite the info dump around this. There seemed to be a faction of some sort known as Red Mages inhabiting this here complex, and as far as I can tell, they seem to be responsible for almost everything. So it seems to me that the most straightforward approach here would be to find them and beat 7 shades of shit out of them.
Oh well.
Sounds great.
Let us go find Ms. Neris, and I will.
I should note that I've only ever discovered 5 shades of shit up until now, but I'm absolutely willing to put the work in to go that final distance. Let's do it. The others I think are just figuring out how to get up to us with the carpet.
Let's see if we can lend a system a nice make tracks to double back the way we've come.
Okay.
Sure.
So you guys start heading back. So while this has been going on, the rest of you down the bottom of the cavern, you've had the chasm. You've had the rug thrown down to you. What would you like to do?
Before
Get everyone on it.
Say, going up,
Oh.
Who took that bottle? The one with the smoke?
Brucon?
Brucon.
Oh,
Okay,
wait.
so
Brucon had me
Yeah,
check it, but then did Brucon keep it?
Brucon's got the ever-smoking bottle firmly in his position.
cool. Just didn't want to leave that down there. Cool. How many of us should get on this carpet at once? Can it fit 2 people?
We
They-
calculated 4 safely.
You can fit 4. It's big enough that you can fit 4. Yeah, about 10
And we
feet
have-
per side.
And we have 4.
I will sit the opposite corner to Fleeting.
Shotgun.
You sit
So
in what you think
there's-
is the driver's seat.
Yeah, Neris very, very ominously struts in her cultist form and sits at the front. driver's seat.
Makes sense.
That's
And
fine.
then
So,
Leobrin takes the final space.
and when we're all on, what's the word? Deceiver?
Yep.
and yeah, suddenly it levitates a foot off the ground for a moment. About 30 seconds pass as it sort of configures and establishes your weight, and then it starts lifting, starts rising up out of the chasm until you can see across to the other side. You're actually hovering about 10 feet above the other side, and then it continues forward towards this corridor and drops you down. It just starts descending as Brucon and Malar appear from the passageway to the left.
And as they enter, Brucon finishes what the last thing he was saying, and then he urinated on them as well.
As we get off, I'm going to pat it down and go, good, magic rug, thank you.
The rug does not respond.
Seth, do you want to call it Ruggy or something?
Yeah, can we keep it?
I
Does it do anything other than here?
As far as I can tell, it goes from
we'll
one
get it on the
side
way
of this
back.
chasm to the other. It might be a rather interesting item to keep if we ever want to come back to this chasm.
We'll take it with us when we go. We'll come back this way probably.
Did someone just say the party now has a base?
Oh, yes, someone did.
New party headquarters.
Let's maybe check with everyone before we designate a place of possible recent trauma as our party base.
That's fair.
They turn to
Where
Norris.
have we been that's not recent trauma?
This is a valid question.
Usually it's recent trauma for other people as well as us.
So the rug is still
But sure.
floating there, just a foot off the ground now as it finishes its descent.
We'll
As we get
Sorry, go on.
Deceiver.
Plop. Flattens
Yes,
out.
well, I mean, we'll probably come back this way. Although maybe we should take it in case anyone uses it to leave. Yes, let's. Has anyone got a carpet-sized backpack? No.
No.
Okay.
Carpet sign.
I think we might need two of us to carry this around.
It is
while
10
this
feet
is-
aside, so it's a long guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sorry.
while Leo is musing on the conundrum that is the carpet, Malar will actually, Ms. Neris, sort of run over to Neris, just make sure she's doing okay. Are you well, Ms. Neris? Are you hurt in any way?
I mean, does he know that I don't look like me? I look like a red cultist.
Sorry, yeah, she looks like the red mage at this
Red
time.
mage.
The one.
Then I run
that's-
over and try and push her into the cabin.
No, what are you doing? It's
That's a
me.
joke. That
It's
is- that is-
Neris. It's Neris. That's why we're
Oh,
standing
oh.
next to.
Oh, goodness, that's a very convincing, Ms. Neris.
She can do
are
this
you
sort of.
okay?
We've already done the doppelganger checks. She's definitely an heiress.
I'm mostly fine, but let's get this over with.
Oh, very good.
Have you guys counted ahead? Do you know which way they are?
There is undead here. Things are much graver than here.
So was it you that just destroyed all of those skeletons? The ones I've been running from,
Yeah.
like.
There was some there was a minor altercation that I was able to take care of. Indeed.
So she just turns to Malar and hugs him.
Hug back.
Thank you.
But Ms. Neris, if we really should get to the bottom of this, and Mr. Brucon informs me that you may be able to inform us of the chief architect of such abomination.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
this accurate?
Yes. The reason we yes. The
Brucon
reason
turns
we
like,
ever
What, am I a liar now? What are you for? What?
it basically the only reason that we ever met is because I was running from these people. They came to Kothar. They started. I thought they were just another traveling group. They started, taking some interest, and it completely freaked my parents out. And it looks like their leader is Damon, who's the reason that I'm here. Who's the reason that certain things happened, and it looks like he's trying to summon an ancient beast of some sort or something of that sort, and he needs my blood for it. So whatever happens, he cannot get his hands on me. And I have to kill him.
Vampire.
I have to kill him. He's not a vampire, but he's a powerful spellcaster, and he's not safe to have alive. He needs to die.
Before we head into altercation, would anybody mind if I took an hour to catch my breath? I only have so many blessings from the aid at this time, and
that's probably a good idea.
That works for me as well.
The good thing is you took care of the skeletons, but we've got more people like the one I'm wearing. To deal with.
I think you're going to be perfectly capable of dealing with those, Ms. Nera. Leave any skeletons to me.
So did you want to short
I'm
rest
gonna
here
need
in
some
the
help.
crossroads, or
Yes, short rest if possible.
in the crossroads with all the doors where anything could appear at any time?
Yes. No.
Could go into the skeleton room.
Yeah,
Just
since
clear that.
since Mallar's cleared the skeleton room, we can go behind some of the rocks that I hid behind that corner.
Yeah.
So I'll
Yeah,
just lead them to that corner of the room.
Sure, you lead them in there, and you obviously see the smaller corridor north of there, which you recognise, Neris, is where the cells are.
Yeah, and I'm gonna point that out to everybody. It's like before we short rest, or while we short rest, I'm just gonna say it, tell them that we're gonna go there. Well, rather that's where bad things happen.
And you actually can see some of you, those who are actively looking down this area. You can see there's the odd sort of fly that starts buzzing around it within that corridor, particularly towards the end of the corridor. Actually, by the fourth cell door, they're hovering around there in particular.
Flies.
Flies. Yes.
One. Okay, lots of flies. Interesting.
If this is the room that we're going to short rest in, can I just do we do an check the room, perception or investigations to see if there's anything else in here?
In the skeleton corridor, or in the bit with the cells and the flies?
Wherever we're short resting.
Okay, so in the skeleton corridor, by all means, yes. I mean, I would say if one of you doesn't need to short rest, it might be worth not short resting so you can actively keep watch while everyone else is resting.
I'll keep watch because to me, I get nothing back from short resting.
And how long does Alter Self last?
Let me check that.
It's an hour.
Is it an hour? Because if it is, then it will drop by the end of the short rest, unfortunately.
You can cast it again.
Yeah.
I was just saying, D&D Beyond, thanks for just him having this as the post, just a giant block of text.
If you, Martin, we've got
1 hour.
in the.
Oh, okay, 1 hour. Okay, yeah, okay,
so,
fine.
Yes. So you need to cast it again after the short rest if you wanted to carry on the discussion.
I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
If you ever need a quick reference to a spell, we now have Avrai in our Discord.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Marshall. And yes, if you haven't joined our Discord, by all means do so. There's a link to it that pops up on the notice board on the right, on my left, but also it's on our Twitch page as well. Just click where it says chat with us, and it will take you the link through to our Discord page. On general, on a lot of the pages, if you type, what was the command? Exclamation mark.
So yeah, generally, if you want to look up a spell, it's exclamation mark spell, the name of the spell. If it's a rule, exclamation mark rule, name of the rule. Feat. It's pretty simple. As long as you put exclamation mark, the mechanic you're after and then the name of the mechanic, it will pull it up.
It's a really handy bot. I'm looking at bots for music so that the music I play through the stream you guys can hear as well, but I've had no luck finding a good one yet. But more on that as it develops. Anyway, so the rest. So you're going to rest apart from Neris. Neris, could you just roll a perception check then if you're keeping watch?
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of you take a short rest.
Was I able to do that investigation before we short rested?
Oh, apologies. Sorry, Seth. Go ahead. You can have an investigation check. Of course you can.
Is it a perception or investigation?
I'll say investigation. You're actively looking around the room, investigating the room. Whereas, you'll be searching through some stuff. I think.
14.
14. Okay, 14. Yep. So you find the skeletons have a kind of hodgepodge armor, but it looks a kind of rusted half plates that they're all wearing. So these were tougher than usual kind of skeletons that you've certainly fought before. And equally, they're all armed in battle axes, a couple with javelins. They look like they were once quite prestigious warriors, but clearly not so anymore. You also find there's a path down to the south, downhill. Bart getting his dice. And a pool of water at the bottom, which you gather is where Neris went when she escaped here. The other thing you notice, Seth, with a 14, you notice that as well as the... Who's typing loudly?
But
that's okay.
That is the...
Yeah, no worries, bud. No worries.
It's loud enough that it sounds like your mic is directed at the keyboard.
Could you hear me speak just now?
Yeah, you're now echoing, actually. Weirdly. Anyway, Seth, you also notice, as well as the flies in this northern passageway, you can hear a faint scratching at the door as well, behind that final door.
Lovely.
Neris, yeah. Is there anything you'd like to do with that information before the short rest?
Before we short rest, do we want to check what's behind this door?
I just want to... Well, we do that. You asked me to do a perception check.
I did, yes.
21.
21. Okay, you hear it much clearer than Seth does, which makes you wonder because of your hallucinogenic episode where you ended up fighting a very well-armored and sophisticated, almost undead, within that last cell number 4.
So she's gonna look in that general direction, and she's gonna feel like she feels a sort of like she feels it in her gut that she might know that they wouldn't stoop. Her aunt's body disappeared, and that they might have brought her back. That's gonna be the fear in her mind.
But at the door, before we short rest, should we check what's making the scratching sound in case it attacks us while we're resting?
Sure, why not?
Yes, that seems smart.
How big is the door? Like, is there anything that we can use to look through it to see what's making the scratching, or is it just a solid door?
It's a solid wooden door.
You can't blast through it.
Yep.
She comes in.
Neris would tell you this. It won't work. There is possibly space underneath that maybe you might be able to see something underneath the door. Maybe if you tried hard enough to look under, maybe.
Who wants to do the honors of opening the door?
Before that, Neris wants to go like, Malor, are you still capable of quickly dealing with some undead?
Oh, no, Miss Neris. That's very much why I need a rest to recuperate such a blessing.
Well, we better be ready to face some. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yes.
At this point, Malar will turn to Seth and say, "Oh, Mr. Seth, well volunteered. Push him back towards the door, and I slap it. As I'm doing that, I cast guidance on him as well."
Great.
Oh, you know what? The Open's going to lean in and put resistance on Seth as well.
Oh, just spamming the D4s. I love it.
Cool. I'm gonna put my hands on the door, get ready to open it. I've got my silvered rapier drawn, and I'm gonna turn around. Thank you, guys. That's very helpful.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Neris is just gonna stand like sort of at a little bit of a distance behind him and look very like grim.
Brucon stands there and says, I don't have anything I can do to help you, but good luck, buddy, and pulls out a bottle and takes a swig from it.
And
Cool.
fleeting look, is there anything you'd like to help aid Seth with what he's about to do as your best friend?
I'd just like to stand right next to him, just ready.
Yes, solid.
I thought there was going to be like a little shoulder massage there.
Yeah.
Great. Cool.
Everyone else has patted Seth.
Cool. I'm going to get ready to open the door. I'm going to start to open the door, and as I open it, I'm going to use my bonus action disengage and move backward.
Okay, the door is locked.
Cool. You see me jump back like 5 foot, and I'm like, cool. I thought that was going to open.
And then on the other side,
These are-
you hear a bit more scratching.
And
Can I use? my
Neris is just
keys
gonna
to
like
open it?
go to him and be like, "These are prison doors."
I thought it was locked from. Shut up.
I was locked
Can
in
I
these
use-
cells. I tried to blast my way out, and
Can I use my thieves tool
I only
to
did it
try and
once.
open the door?
Yes, you can, Seth. Go ahead.
27.
What? That's amazing. What did you roll?
So was that
I've got a +7 on my thieves tools. 'cause
Thieves
I've got,
tools. Your
expertise in it.
expertise. Ah, yeah. So wow, that's like got to be like a close to a natural 20. Yeah, 27. You unlock it. Sure. Yeah.
I think
You hit,
No, I only rolled a 16.
wow.
Oh, plus
Even
11.
so,
Fucking expertise.
plus 11. That's insane. Great. Nice one. Yes, it does. It clicks, and you are aware it's now unlocked. So you can now do what you're going to do before, if you'd like.
And I repeat it, hopefully successfully this time.
This time, the door swings open, you move back, and revealed to you inside the room, well, a small figure who immediately recoils away from the doorway. The first thing you notice, Seth, as you move back, is the large top hat on, it's very tatty looking, that is on this small diminutive figure as they move back, recoil away. The rest of you see this figure then looks up. You can see a face missing many teeth, broken nose, red bloodshot eyes, and wearing some very bedraggled, almost like wading fishing gear. Like it's those kind of like dungarees, a sort of soiled almost cloth shirt, just not in a good state. He looks
Is
up
it
and
small
just
adult
starts
or young
shaking.
child?
He looks up and you can tell that this is not a child. This is a halfling, an older halfling, middle-aged, you would guess.
Okay.
He starts rocking back and forth. Seth, can you make a history check for me?
You know what, sorry?
Can you make a history check, please?
Oh, is it the guy from that I met in episode 1?
Okay, no, you don't need the history check. Seth, you get inspiration. Yes, this is the guy from...
It's the grave robber.
It's the grave robber. It's Royston the Bag, you recognise from way back in the very first session.
Yeah, I'm going to point to him. I'm going to turn to the group and go, "This is the guy I got arrested with. I mean, this is the guy I met one time when he was arrested. Not me. I was
there's
not arrested."
There's a glimmer of recognition in Royston's crazed eyes, and he just starts rocking back and forth. He's kind of huddled on the floor, sitting, and says, "The fingers. He just want the fingers. Give them the fingers." And he just keeps repeating over and over other variations on the theme of the fingers.
I'm going to turn around to Malar and I'm going to go, "Malar, this seems like a you thing."
Oh, okay. We'll move in and attempt to sort of ascertain what the physical state of this person is.
Yeah, make a medicine check, please.
As he does it, I'm just going to fill him in that he's got kidnapped by a earth elemental, and it was very, very big.
Okie dokie. What'd you get?
24 on that check.
24. He is not. He looks like he has been subjected to some torture and some injury, but he is not in a critical condition. But his mind seems to have mostly been worn away by the ordeal. He's yes, he's in a bad place, and almost to color this and to bring this out even more, as you come up to him and start looking over him, he then starts to turn a bit hysterical and just grabs your hands and goes, you can take my fingers if you want. I don't need them anymore. Please take them. Just let me go, please.
No. Calm down, sir. There. Just we're gonna get you out of here, Mr. Yeah. And I will turn back to the rest of the group and just say, he's fine, but what's left is what's left.
Can you make a persuasion check?
We're in the mid.
Just for you trying to calm him down. Sorry, Seth. We'll jump back to you in a second.
Persuasion. Sure. That's going to be 20.
20. He does noticeably stop talking. He does calm down a bit as you reassure him, and he doesn't seem to offer anything else more intelligible. He just Seth, if you just turned your camera around, it's gone weird.
No, my phone locked.
Oh no! Oh no! Sorry, you were saying, Seth. Go ahead.
I was going to say, dick move, but we need to rest, and he doesn't seem all there. Should we close the door?
Neris interjects there, and she talks straight to the guy. Like, what did they do to you?
The fingers. They asked me for the fingers, but they didn't take none. I've still got 10. They said they wanted the fingers. They said they needed it. They said I knew where they were. I don't know what they mean.
I heard that you're a grave robber. Have you gone to any graveyards near here where you've taken something?
Yeah. And for a moment, the old self comes back. He says, I am an upstanding member of this community. I have a legitimate business in Morninell, and none of my wares are in any way pilfered or ill-gotten, friend. And then he snaps back to the jammering.
Cool. I'm going to say to him, no, I've got nothing. I don't know what to say.
Just
this guy, he's in a cell, right?
Yes.
I think some of us were assuming there was a follow-up.
A follow-up? Yeah.
Oh no! I wondered if there was enough space for all of us, but if it's a cell, I'm assuming that there's not.
Not all of you know. It'd be a squeeze.
No,
I
Cool.
close the door. We can let him out on our way out.
Are there any other cells?
There are other cells.
There are 3 more. This was the furthest one.
Are they all locked? Can I go and check to see if they're locked?
Sure. You go to number 3. It opens. There's nothing inside. It seems empty. Go to number 2. Number 2 is already open. You ascertain this is the one that Neris was held in. So she busted her way out. It's been left open. Yep. And number 1 also is not locked. You open it. Again, there are no people in here. There is nothing of note in this cell. They're all just kind of very natural, cavernous areas, kind of like little grottos, essentially.
It's fantastic. We've got the prison to ourselves. We rest quickly, then we go fuck up Damon.
I'll take the
sounds
watch.
Good, Mr. Seth. Okay.
I mean, how much do we want to find out this information from your criminal friend? Looks questioning at Seth.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry, I missed
How
it.
much do
Cut
we
out.
want to? I can try asking this guy one more time if he remembers where he buried stuff or hid stuff.
Yeah, so all I know about him is that he was a grave robber. He was locked up in a carriage when an earth elemental giant golem thing came and took him. But I heard he was wanted for grave robbing. If they're asking about fingers, he's still got his. Maybe he stole something from some corpse's fingers, like something they need. If you can find out if he took anything, we may be able to find out what they're looking for.
I'll give it a go. So
Jack,
Leo,
Yeah.
Sorry, Marshall. Do you want to?
yeah. Basically, Leobrin's going to sort of lean into the troubled halfling. Like,
Yep.
Hi, friend. If you had a sort of stockpile of goods hidden somewhere, if you just told us where they were, we could come bring them to you. And Leobrin's going to use Fey Presence in attempt to charm this fellow for the next 12 seconds.
Okay, is there a roll I have to do for this? Like a?
It is a
save?
wisdom save DC 15.
Okay. Okay, you're not going to. I rolled a 15 on the dice, but fortunately,
has a negative one?
minus. Yes, he does have a minus wisdom, so you just succeed. Yes.
Excellent.
While this is happening, Jack, can Brucon ponder whether, just thinking that Fort, was it Corrak? This place is called, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's an old dwarf fort. So it's just conceivable that this place is the Red Mages are using old abandoned dwarven fortifications and stuff. Does Brucon, and I'm happy to make a history check or something here, by any chance know of any other could the fingers be a place?
Yeah, make a history check.
Sure thing. History. 19.
19. Okay, so you're pondering on this, and the fingers you don't recognize it as a landmark that, to your knowledge. What you do recognize, however, is back in your days at the monastery, there were obviously various masters within them, and some of those were more sort of weaponsmiths and weapon masters, and would teach more in the ways of fighting with multiple weapons, very unusual ones that outside of the monastery you would never see, kukris and like yourself that you have, and nunchucks and all that. And some of them, you do remember one master would refer to a switchblade kind of dagger that they used as a finger. The fact that it could be a weapon seems to take root in your mind.
Okay. Well, Brucon's like a very specific kind of dagger, or just daggers in general.
It, as far as you're aware, it could just be because you didn't really study under this particular master, but you are aware that it would be a colloquial term or just a term for a dagger-shaped weapon.
Gotcha. Okay. Useful. Okay, thank you. So meanwhile, he's been charmed, as we all have, I think, by Leobrin.
Yes, Leobrin, go ahead with your charming speech. Go ahead.
Yes, if you could just tell us where you've hidden any supplies you might have taken in recently, we could secure them for you. And it's basically I have advantage. Being charmed means I have advantage on
persuasion checks and
on
the
social
like.
checks. So yes, persuasion.
Yeah. Marvelous. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Lovely. Let's do 25.
25. Oh wow, guys, this is some good
Damn.
rolling today. This is when you need them.
Right.
So yes, his demeanor immediately changes. He relaxes in the face and smiles stupidly at you. He goes, well, I've kept most of my possessions in the shop. I mean, I did come across it were a sword, a small, short sword. It were nearly as big as me, but it were made of some sort of old bone. It was pure white. I sold it to a tricksy looking gnome. Yeah, he were a business fella or some sort. I don't remember entirely much about. I remember what he looked like though. He had a moon spectacles and he wore a green suit. I remember.
Oh no! Oh no!
Um,
That
no,
fucking dagger in the fucking bar.
yeah,
Malar, I'm giving you inspiration. Yeah, 100%.
I already have it.
yeah. I'd say
Oh, no.
about that point, he's no longer charmed.
Yeah, he's and then he just kind of drops that and goes, I don't know why you just said that. You gonna let me go? Please?
Definitely, we are going to
there's-
let you go.
But there's not actually a way out.
If you wait for us, we have a way out, but we can't use it. We have to use it together. So you'll need to wait for us to. I believe the term. What did we say we're going to do with all these REDWIZARDSs?
I call every other letter, so I have no idea.
Whiz
visit
words.
Extreme violence on them, I think, was the.
Visit extreme violence. Yes, we're going to go visit some extreme violence on some nasty people, and then we'll come back and take you out.
He kind of looks around for a second. If I give you my fingers, will you let me go faster?
We will let you go as fast as you can. No fingers required.
Okay. And he just takes a moment.
Brucon leans around and goes, these fingers of yours, are they special fingers or regular fingers?
They were special to me.
Of course. How could they be anything else? But if you were to give them to us, would they still be special?
They wanted the fingers.
Magical?
You want the fingers? I give you the fingers. Royce in the bag is the man of his word.
And he just starts throwing knives at everyone. Just
No. He just starts waving his fingers at you.
Okay.
Like,
Okay,
take
never
him.
mind,
Take
no.
him. Take the
No, you're
fingers.
fine. Thank you very much. I couldn't possibly.
And he just recoils back and huddles in the corner of the cell, holding himself.
Stay there. We'll come get you once we've gotten rid of all the people that want your fingers.
Who wants to make a bet? This is out of character. Who wants to make a bet that we completely forget to come back and get this guy?
It wasn't
It'll
going to
be
be an
here
accident.
live
I
for
just
everyone to
wasn't
see.
coming back.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that concluded, he doesn't seem to respond anymore at this point to your words. But he is not moving. He's staying in the cell. So yeah,
We're
now-
just going to
Can we
camp
short rest?
outside and keep you safe.
Okay, so you guys can take your short rest. I'll use the same perception check that Neris had already done, because that was originally what it was for. It seems silly to do it again. So Marty, you're all good on that one. We did 21, I think.
Yay!
Cool. All right.
Full health again.
Yeah.
I've missed that.
Yep. You can.
It's lovely
you
to
do-
spend one hit dice and get everything back.
You
I
do
like
complete your short rest.
I like that during the kind of reunion, it was like Mal's like, "Oh, Neris, are you okay?" And like Leobrin was standing right there, going like 50% of my starting health.
Wait. The rule is level up on a short rest, right?
Yes.
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 Hey!
Greatest
Did you
event
just-
for a
did you just-
welcome back one. Marshall gets to roll HP.
So
you just roll?
Leobrin, Marshall,
No,
you
I
gotta
haven't
roll
rolled it yet.
You got to roll
Yeah,
it.
which I'm really sad about because when I rolled to regen health, I rolled the highest number.
No,
So let's
no.
see what happens.
You are now going to roll the lowest number.
Yeah, let's
Yes.
see if I can get a
Let's
nice
see.
Come on.
anglais.
Come on.
Is that
One
visible?
or two.
That's
One or
visible.
two. Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You might
it was
have-
more
you might
the
have to
surface wasn't
unblur-
flat.
You might have to unblur Skype.
Oh, that is a good point. One moment, everybody. This is building tension. This is drama. Where's
So
the?
This is what we
I've
came
been
for.
waiting for this for literally a month.
as the background option.
I assume you knew what you were going to choose in your other, if you had any other choices at 5th.
Yeah,
level.
I've built up some options. So let's roll on a slightly more easy to read on camera dice.
I need to see this.
One or two.
Can you see?
Gather
Come
round,
on.
children, as we
Okay.
watch the opera roll. A 1.
Did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 2, which goes down to a 1.
Oh no!
God
I'm
damn it!
I'm at 12.
You're slightly stronger than you were before this break.
I could not ask for anything better.
The worst bit is like when I rolled for regaining health and a short rest, that was an 8 on the dice.
No.
No, it would have been that would have been bullshit. If Leobrin
Yeah.
had he'd suddenly become like twice as hench, that would have been wrong. That wouldn't have
He's just
worked.
taken the. He's just
That would have been a
literally leveled up.
good rest.
I mean,
What's your max HP?
so I'm now. How do I?
Is it 12 or 13?
12.
I'm going to be at 12 now. Yeah, I'm at 12.
12. Okay.
Yeah.
12
So-
at level 5. I mean, it's
Congratulations,
uncanny.
you're at a multiple of 6 now.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, that happened.
With 3rd level spells, if you took one to summon something, could you literally summon creatures with more HP than you?
Probably. Let
I
me
think
just
it would be
have
quite difficult for him to not summon something that had more maximum hit points than him.
Let me just have a. I'll
Does
pull
anyone
my
and
list of
did anyone else level up on a short rest, or are you all
I broke on it all.
fleeting look? Fleeting look leveled up.
Oh, please look!
Oh, fleeting look.
Oh yeah, he's got 2 attacks now.
Oh wait, hang
Okay.
on. Shit. Is he at level 5 now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Extra
snap.
attack.
Level 5 paladin. Woohoo!
Excellent.
Oh, in which
For-
case,
2 smite.
For
Dan.
reference.
Real.
sorry, go ahead, Marshall.
Oh no, do your thing. Do your thing.
I was going to say, Dan. So, fleeting look. After finishing this rest, when you sort of regain your senses and decide to get up with the rest to continue adventuring, you realise you left your warhammer on the ground about 10 feet away from you, and you go to reach for it, and it just flies into your hand.
Meow, meow.
So now at level 5, Fair Storm now has the throne property, and as a bonus action, I will put this on the weapon description after this session, but just keep it in mind for today. So you can now use it as a thrown weapon. You can throw it 20 feet or 60 feet long range. That's with disadvantage. And as a bonus action, if the hammer is within 60 feet of you, you can summon it back to your hand as a bonus action.
That sounds excellent.
And it literally flies over to you like I keep pronouncing it wrong, but like Molinia.
Molinear.
Meow, meow.
Molinia.
Meow meow.
Meow meow.
Look, if it's good enough for Kat Dennings, it's good enough for the rest of us. Meow, meow.
Meow meow.
Meow meow.
Well,
Practically
couple of-
hear Marta vibrating with rage in her seat right now.
yeah.
It's 'cause- well,
I'm
not-
she
I
says
was-
it correctly.
I was just messing around with my mic. Sorry.
No worries.
Oh, there was
I
actually
couldn't
noise.
really
Okay,
hear
brilliant.
anything, by the way. That was.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Oh, good. Honestly, I've grown. You know, if this was
Malinya.
6 months ago, I'd be like,
I have a horse now. I've changed.
exactly.
So Marta, how do you pronounce it correctly?
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir. Anyway,
That's
Fair Storm.
that's far too Russian.
Yeah. Mjolnir. Yeah.
Mjolnir.
Yeah. Anyway, so Fair Storm can now be summoned
Yeah,
to your hand
that.
as
Anyway.
a bonus action. As long as it's within 60 feet of you, you can summon it back to your hand. So keep that in mind. It's could be useful for you. Note: you can't the thunder wave thing you can do with it. You can't do by throwing it. It has to be on your person. But as a melee attack or a thrown attack, you can do that. Okay, so the rest of you finish your short rest uninterrupted. It seems all is quiet in this chamber, and you're free to continue on. And it looks you're going to have to, I guess, turn to Neris to give you some direction on where to go next.
The fuck?
Could you repeat that? Sorry, that broke up for me. I just
No
heard
problem.
Neris.
Yeah, I just said that they'll have to turn to you to give them some direction on where to go next.
Okay.
Everything okay, Marshall?
Yeah, for some reason D&D Beyond is every time I edit my hit points in and then go back to my sheet, it turns it down to 10, which is worse than what I had before. And it's not saving my modified. It's not saving my HP for some reason.
No.
We'll believe that you're on 12.
Yeah, just we'll do it freehand.
In other, do you want my interesting level up things?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, what have you got?
I've taken the beast speech invocation, so I can now speak with animals at will.
Yeah, that
Horsey will now have a voice.
Yes. I got rid of sleep because it's useless at this level and beyond. And I now have tongues, so I can talk to anyone.
Yeah,
I now have
cool.
tongues, plural.
I have tongues, so I have multiple tongues.
Yes. And I have one more spell which we'll hang on to for later. It's not. The thing is, it's not particularly mechanically interesting. It's just a funny spell.
Even better.
Whereas,
you definitely need to hang on to it.
Yeah. Whereas for DM reference, like the fact that a person can talk to anyone, including animals,
yes,
and see all magic, is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing all magic means that every adventure I've written since, I have to note down the type of magic if there is one, just so in case you ask.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, that's great. So the other spell, is it an action, bonus action, or a reaction to cast it?
Which one?
The one that you haven't told me what it is.
Oh, an action.
Okay, cool.
I think like an action, or I can cast it over like some hours as well. It's got two functions.
Ooh, like a ritual property or something.
It's still a spell cast.
I'm not fishing.
Yeah,
I'm not fishing.
No, it still takes a spell slot to cast.
Yeah,
but I can cast it over some time to have a different effect.
And yeah, okay, great. So two of you wake up. I say wake up. You didn't really sleep, but you recover from your rest, feeling even more rejuvenated than you were going in here. The rest of you are about the same. So you're free to continue on, but where to go next? That is the question.
Well, I guess we turn towards Marta.
We hear?
I'm sorry, who?
Neris. I meant Neris, don't hurt me!
Neris, don't hurt me. No more.
You know how I told you they took my blood? There's I know we're not unfamiliar with the concept of an altar.
Yes.
That's. I don't know if he's gonna be there. If he's gonna be there, to me it looked like, I don't know if there's another way out. But we need to find Damon somehow, and that's the only other place where I know he's been.
Oh, Ms. Neris, I think you should take us there. And Malar grabs Seth by the shoulder and just says, just because there's an order doesn't mean you can use it to bring anybody back. No funny business.
I was unconscious while you started the ritual, Malar, and I'm going to storm off.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to move too far ahead because
Brucon hears that.
Hang on 1 second. Sorry, Brucon, go ahead.
Brucon hears Malar asking that and does the kind of okay, and then just sort of gradually, okay.
You just hear me muttering as I go away, like kicking little rocks, going, "Stupid cleric blaming me, sacrifices, stupid son of a."
I'll say Seth. Sorry, Marshall. Go ahead. I'll come back to Seth in a second.
Have you checked? Do you have all your spells?
No, I don't, because I only have one more first level, one more.
Oh no, I mean, do you have all the spells you can still cast? Can you still cast all your spells?
I can cast spells, as you can see in from the cell that I was in.
Okay.
With the blackened areas.
Okay. Sadly, Oberon.
And I've picked up some new ones.
You got some new ones. Okay.
Oh,
really
mate.
Turning that screw.
Oh, the Oberon. I felt the feels. I've got 1 more HP and I lost a spell, and you get all this shit. Yeah.
Brucon puts an arm on his shoulder and goes, "Don't worry, Leo. I can't cast spells either."
But I had one, and then we brought Neris back. That's the good thing.
Seth, sorry.
How close?
She looks at Leoberin with grateful eyes, and then basically goes back to her serious face.
Thank you. Over to Seth. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, James.
I was going to say, how close, like, if, that cloak that Neris has got that she took from the woman we killed downstairs, can she use to cover her face? Like, is it...
It's got a hood.
Her...
It
Cool.
doesn't
So
look like
if
it would
she wears
totally
that-
cover her face, but it could certainly cover her eyes if she wanted it to.
But I can
If,
I can still cast Alter Self again.
Well, save that just in case, because Leobrin, can you transform into the other one, and then maybe if they're looking at you, they won't look so carefully at her face?
Yes, I was. You read my mind. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Is
Put
now
pop on
the
the
other.
mask, the gilded vizard.
Yes.
and-
Yeah. Leobrin pretty much is wearing that all the time because he was walking around as the.
Oh, you do the
doppelganger
thing where
fake
you
before.
disguise self to look like yourself, but not wearing
But-
the mask sort of thing, so that you're always wearing
Yeah,
it.
disguise self as myself, but like there's no spots, never look tired. Hair's always perfect. Great.
But you're gonna use it to change into the
Other
red mage.
red mage that we killed.
Yep, and you do so, and you see before you, everyone, that that Leobrin then transforms into that older red mage, male red mage. And as you do so, Leobrin, you hear a voice. Nobody else hears this, just Leobrin hears this. He goes, "Hello,
Hello?
enjoying my toy."
Are you dead inside the mask?
Nope.
Is he
Am I saying this
out
aloud?
to no one?
I mean, you are saying this out loud when you talk, yeah. So everyone else
No.
hears you
Leo,
talking.
are you okay?
Yes, there's a voice inside my mask. Hello, voice.
Mr. Leobrin. Oh, why?
No,
what-
Mal, you do not
Everybody
overreact
stop
to this
picking
again.
things up the top.
Oh, says the guy who talks to God and doesn't hear the answer back. You're just jealous. Now, Leo, is it saying anything like kill us?
Not yet. Hello, mask.
Okay, then carry on.
Hello.
What's your name?
Oh, I go by many names, my friend. You shall learn in time, I'm sure. But for now, enjoy my gift. I will call upon you when I need you.
No, then that
Whether you
doesn't
like
sound
it or
good.
not. Don't worry, it's all fun and
Leobrin.
games, really. I do enjoy it, but, I'm sure we can be good friends, dear Warlock.
Still there?
Mr. Leobrin, what does the mask say?
I'm always here.
Oh, God, no, it's still there. I thought it had gone. It
I'm
sort of
always
it
here.
said things like it was. I might take the mask off.
I would advocate for that.
Leofrin's like tries to pull it off his face.
And it feels a bit difficult to remove at first. And she goes, "Oh, going so soon? Well, ta-ta for now." And then you can pull it off.
Okay.
Can we see
Maybe
if
we
can
don't
hear
use
it?
this in high tension situations. Yeah.
Can I
It
put like a finger on the
seemed evil.
mask and go, "Hello, mask"?
There's no
You need to attune to it.
There is no response, Seth.
I know. I'm just checking.
Okay, it's fine. But Seth,
I have
you,
experience in the hearing voices department.
that's true. And actually, I was going to say, when you move away from the group because you're a bit pissed off with Malar, there is, in fairness, you do hear, "Oh, how little he knows, Seth. Soon, if you wish to save your friend from his affliction,
Muted,
and
James.
perhaps your own,
James,
Maybe.
you're muted.
maybe you should consider coming back to my
Yeah, we can't hear you, mate.
altar for another episode."
Something's wrong with.
I
James.
currently
I
can't
think,
hear
uh,
you,
I
James.
think he's just disconnected from the Discord and is back.
Right as you
There we
started
go.
speaking to me,
Well,
I
let me
heard
start that again.
nothing. Is
No
that-
problem. This gives me a chance to refine what I was saying because it was a little muddled, so here we go. He says, "Oh, he's just jealous, Seth. I'm sure you'll return to me soon if you wish to save your blue-skinned friend." and possibly yourself.
There's so many voices today.
Yeah.
We haven't even got Nibbles involved yet.
Yeah, Brucon bends over and addresses the boots of speed. He goes, "Hello? Is there anyone in there?"
No, it's only me. I'm in your
No, it's just Nibbles. I wasn't talking to you. Oh god, this is getting ridiculous.
Neris just looks around at everybody, starting to talk to their own
Inanimate.
stuff, and just
It's
shakes her head. And puts her hood up and
Let's
starts
go.
walking in the direction of where the altar is.
I'm
The
so
hood's
sorry.
And I am seeing her take the lead because that is our plan.
Yeah, it's just Brucon and Marta to go for voices in heads, and then we're all set.
Well, I've got Nibbles.
Oh,
Nibbles
yeah.
is still riding
Which
around
you can
with
all
Brucon.
hear, to be fair.
It's
Yeah.
literally, yeah, that's true. It's not, yeah.
Not quite the same.
I don't have
I'm
a
sure
special
if-
secret talking object friend.
Mm.
If Fleeting isn't hearing voices, Dan definitely is.
Yes, I think maybe it definitely had like an evil tone to the voice in the mask, and it was talking about getting me to do things at a future time. That's I mean, we'll work on that. We'll workshop that afterwards.
My voice asked that as well. Don't ask it to prove itself, or it will teleport Malar into a puddle.
Okay,
Malar
I think.
is so deeply impressed with all of them.
How about we go kill
Let's
some.
go kill people.
Poor Mallard. Around these people who just keep touching things, even though it tells them not to. Anyway, yes, you continue on. So, Neris, are you leading them to the chamber that you were taken to? There is one
There's
other
just-
one, which you haven't explored if you wanted to go there, but it's in.
Well,
it's in your call.
the party voted to go to the chamber. I told them that I
Yep.
was there, and Malar said, "Let's go there first."
Perfect.
saying
Okay,
that's-
let's do that. Makes sense. So you lead them.
Yeah.
Reminds me, who's in disguise? Is anyone in disguise, or are you
So-
stealthing? What's happening?
I've got my hood up, taking Seth's advice to conserve my spells. So that's me. But I kind of stop everybody at the stairway where you go up before you go into the chamber.
Mhm.
We need to figure out what the best way to get in here is, because who knows, Damon. He made me have some illusions, and we could be each other's worst enemy in one of his traps. We need to figure this out.
Does anyone know any anti-illusion stuff?
I feel like I remember some stories that getting blind drunk is a useful defense against attacks on the mind. Says Brucon, swigging once again from his bottle.
I can do my normal detect magic, and you know what? I think this might. Rethinking it, I think we might need to risk the mask, and Leobrun will put it on again.
You put it on, and you assume
Yeah.
the form. You're not spoken to this time.
Just gonna quietly thumbs up the rest of the party.
Okay. If you two lead the way, and maybe summon your rat, then and we'll be around a corner. Send a rat back if you want us to come in and murder everyone that's not you.
Sounds.
Or scream, help,
Yeah.
help, we're dying.
I can
If
definitely do
you-
the second one.
If you see something on fire or the glow of fire, I'd say that's a pretty good sign.
If you see
Cool.
something, say
You two
something.
lead the way.
And yeah, I guess Leobrun's
Okay,
gonna,
fine, I will.
Leobrun's gonna pull out the
Okay.
staff, summon a bunch of rats, and get them to the red mages are in long robes.
Yep.
Is that the case?
Yep.
So, excellent. So a theoretical swarm of rats could be hidden under my robes.
Theoretically, I mean, the robes don't go down to the floor, so you can still see your feet, but they'll be in the shadow of you. I guess they'll be slightly less noticeable than normal.
Excellent. That is the point of information that I forgot to reward everyone with earlier, which is my swarm of rats has twice as much health as I do.
Of course it does.
I'm shaking my head.
Because those rats can't be on the floor, they're like hiding in your cloak. You just go there and Damon's like, is that a swarm of rats in your pocket, or you're glad to see?
So
rat armor.
So basically, you did take Pact of the Chain. You just did it in the most unnecessarily complicated and weird way.
Yes, I have all of the animals.
Yes, this is a time to note, Neris, that yes, Leobrin is walking along with that staff that you had for a little while.
Yeah, no, she noticed. Doesn't say anything right now.
Yeah, fair enough. You didn't have it very long anyway before you were abducted, I suppose. So, anyway.
No. She's gonna say something, but this is not the time or the place.
Okay. So you guys.
Time, I'm gonna push Leo and Neris and like, come on, go.
So the two of you are gonna, in your disguises, quotation marks, and with your rats at your feet, are gonna head into the room, right?
These are disguises. Yep. There are no quotation marks around our disguises.
Well, no, you're disguised, but Neris isn't disguised. She just, as in, she's not using disguise self.
Oh, she's not altered self, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. She's just got the hood over, which, better than nothing, definitely. Okay, so you two head on up the steps along this quite long corridor, and you can see an archway at the end, which has the same dwarven mail carved above it as you remember seeing Leobrin back at the entrance chamber. It seemed like an important figure, but you couldn't work out who it was. The same one is depicted above this archway as well, and you can see beyond it that the room opens out beyond. There's a few stone benches carved into rock walls to the left and right. And by the edge of your dark vision, you can also see the altar which Neris had talked about. It's more of a stone slab than an altar. One large stone slab supported by one smaller one in the center. That's all you can see from this area without going into the room.
Send in the rats.
Cool. What am I sending them in for? Just to have a look around?
Maybe trigger some traps.
Sure. Leobrin will look down at the rats and be like, "Hey, gang. Time to go run over every surface in that room."
A chorus of "Yes, Leobrin" is his response.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! Actually, I can tell the rats to do what they want anyway. But yes, I will speak with animals so I can understand what the rats say in return.
And they're, "Yes, master, yes," and continue into the room. They immediately turn to the left and out of sight. You then see a flicker of light. Can the rats make a? I believe it's a. Let me double check. I think it's a dexterity saving throw.
Sure. Am I going to hear like the cry of 1,000 ratty voices?
Quite possibly. The double-edged sword of speaking to animals.
It's what's the quote from Star Wars? I can't remember. I don't know.
With great power comes great responsibility is not from Star Wars, but it applies here.
The one where that planet gets blown up.
Oh, and 1,000 voices cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one thinking of that quote.
Yeah, cool. So I have got it here. It was a dexterity saving throw. That was a good memory.
Woo. Dexterity saving throw. They are not proficient at, so that's fine. It's probably a fail with a 6.
That is a fail. They take 7 points of fire damage. I don't know are they resistant to fire damage?
They are not.
Okay.
So that's fine, because like I said, they have twice as much HP as I do.
So you hear like, like them squealing out, and then it seems that they continue apace around the room. Another flash, another dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, rats, but this
It's
is
a good
amazing.
thing you sent in the rats.
Oh yeah, I mean, this would probably be me dead at this point. That's a 4.
Another 8 points of fire damage.
Oh lordy! Sorry,
As you see,
rats.
the same light moves over quickly over to where the rats are, and they continue moving unless you'd like to call them back.
Also, the light moved to them.
Yeah.
Okay. Rats, yes, you should probably come back.
The rats start scurrying their way back over to you. One more dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh lordy! Come on, ratties.
Oh wow.
There we go. 16.
16, that succeeds, so they don't take any damage this time. They manage to evade the flame and end up back out with you, like literally hiding by your legs, like a lost child.
Don't make us go back in there, Master. There was so much hurt. So
I won't.
much
It's fine.
burns.
You're not real. You're created by magic. You'll go away soon enough.
And there's one go, they
Um,
killed my uncle!
There appears to be some sort of flame chasing everyone. Was it
Did they see what
chasing
was
you?
causing it, or
I say to the rats.
Yes, yeah, it chased us. It chased us, or it came after us.
There's a few different voices there.
Yeah, I relay this to Neris.
Could
Bart
we?
is muted. Oh,
What
can't
could
hear
we
Bart.
see? What could we see of it?
You just because it wasn't immediately in the doorway, they were going around the outside, sort of around the edges of the room. You only saw the silhouettes really, and the
Just
the obviously
flashes.
the light it gave off exactly.
if it
But
was
it seemed to
moving,
be
was it
one
alive?
continuous flame that moved around on the ground. Sorry, Seth, you were saying?
If it was moving, was it alive?
We don't know, unless we go and investigate.
She turns to, like, I'm gonna ask to Leobryn or the rat, whatever. I'm gonna ask the obvious here. Did they see anyone, or any exit, or any other entrances to the chamber?
Oh, no, not from here. Not with that light that was cast off. I tell you what.
No, I mean, did the rats see it?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm guessing you.
that was
asked
me doing the
yeah.
relay
sorry,
information gesture.
Yes,
No problem. Okay, so the rats have dark vision, correct?
The rats, let's have a look. I think they do. I think they're
Bloody
pretty
bastard.
awesome. They have 30-foot dark
Yeah,
vision.
Matt.
Okay, so with 30 feet, as far as they got, they didn't see any other entrances to this room. They did see a one stone pillar that it had like a metal bowl on top of it. They're quite basic with their descriptions because they're rats.
Yeah.
Magic rats.
Sorry, they're magic rats, so they're
Yeah.
pretty basic with their descriptions.
I narrate this to Daenerys.
She furrows her brow even more, and looks at like the state of herself, and looks at the scrawniness of Leobryn. And I think unless one of the guys downstairs can do something about this, we're gonna have to look somewhere else. It looks like Damon isn't here anyway.
Sure. I mean, we could check if maybe this trap won't trigger to people in red robes.
I think somebody that's feeling a little bit stronger than you or me should do that test.
That's fair enough. That's,
I mean, you're on 12. I've got 16.
It's at this point when one of the rats pipes up and goes,
There was a man as well.
what?
In red robes. There was down
What?
the side. There was
Thank
on
you
the
for-
red side. They were on the side with us. We ran away.
What did he look like?
Red robes and brown shoes.
Hmm.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
if
He
he's in
wouldn't
there,
leave. He wouldn't leave. He just waved his hands. He wouldn't leave. We ran away.
if he's in there, he's seen a swarm of rats run into the room, run to a circle, and then run back out while two people talk behind a door.
Yeah.
I think he
sorry,
might
it's a
know we're
doorway.
here.
It's a doorway. It's not a door. So
Okay.
yes.
I think if there's someone in there, they might know we're here.
Well, let's rejoin the others then. Because, yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
That's probably sensible.
Okay.
Well, we're not that far away, are we? We're probably just a little bit behind, aren't we?
You're
They
just
all
down the
go
bottom of the
ahead?
stairs, so you could probably just about hear what they were muttering. Actually, Leo and Neris. I'm going to assume they weren't shouting because they have some common sense. So yeah, you would have heard some of what the murmurs. You know they were there, and you guys can come back and relay the information. That's fine, uninterrupted.
I mean, I don't feel like being like from a gaming perspective. I don't feel like being upfront with the two squishiest spellcasters. You know?
Adventure.
Fields.
Or even
Yes.
just
Considering-
in RP terms, you know, Neris isn't looking too hot, and well, the Oberyn is dainty, I guess is the nice way of putting it.
Yeah, and you know, the whole point is them not capturing me.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay,
Yep.
so there's a good chance
Yeah, we
they
go
know
in
we're
on
here.
a rescue mission and then you get captured.
Let's charge.
Okay, so the
Me and Brucon,
corridor is
we're
about 10
pretty
feet
good
wide.
dodgers.
So if you want to tell me,
Me
how
and
you're going
Brucon
to
are pretty
assemble going in
good
there.
at dodging.
You want to
I'll
go in?
I'll go at front. I'm good at dodging, so hopefully the fire will miss me if it's still firing.
Yeah, Brucon will go towards the front as well.
Okay.
I'm
Neris
going to
just
my
says-
rapier and dagger as my
If-
as two weapons.
If
Okay.
you, Neris just says, if you see anybody you see in those robes that isn't obviously, I feel like I need to specify this, that isn't me or Leoberin, stab them. And
Yeah, we're killing
don't
everyone.
ask why, just do it.
No problem. That is in my wheelhouse.
I know.
Okay, so I gather it's Seth and Brucon in front because it's a 10-foot wide corridor. Second line, Malar and Fleeting. Okay, I'm going to put Fleeting immediately behind Seth because I feel that's appropriate. Yep. And then that leaves Leoberin and Neris in the back.
Blaster casters at the back.
Blaster casters. Quite right. Okay, so you guys form up into formation and you start marching on the room. So you guys at the front with your dark vision. Well, you obviously are, unless Malar wants to put it out, you're going to be illuminated by the continual flame torch that he has, because otherwise Malar can't see. But anyway, with your dark vision, enhanced dark vision, you can see the stone slab as described, and you can see the two stone pillars that were mentioned. Well, there was only one mentioned, but you can see there's a second one standing about 15 feet away from it. They're about...
Heads up, by the way, Jack. Marta's stepped away for a moment, I'm guessing, for that delivery.
That's really good timing, actually, because we are going to take a very short break in just a moment. I'll just describe the layout a second, and then we'll go to a break. So you have a stone pillar.
I want to wait until
and-
Marta's back so you're not redescribing it.
Yeah, no problem. I'll probably describe it during the break. It's okay. But for the rest of you, the stone pillar, two of them, and they seem to have unlit braziers on the top. That's what that metal plate they were talking about was, metal bowl. You also see the, as you described to Leoberin, the sort of carved stone seats on either side of the room, and the those braziers are just on the edge of your dark vision. The braziers on top of pillars, and as you all enter the room, you hear a voice which Neris found oh so familiar, saying, "Oh, so that was the minions. Now the real rats have arrived." "Oh, I hope you're not lost, friends. For if you've truly come to fight me, you've made a dreadful mistake. We have important work to do here, and we cannot be interrupted. I'm going to need you all to roll for initiative, but we are going to take a very quick break. We'll be back very shortly. Right, we are. Oh, I've got the theme tune going again. That's not a good idea. Let's get rid of that. Sorry, yes. So we're back. Time for initiative, guys. Let's have some initiative. Anyone get 20 or above? I'm looking at Seth.
Oh shit! I never rolled. So
Oh, tension.
that's great.
not
It's
gonna-
definitely not.
It's not going to be as high as Seth's.
And anyone
No.
get 20 or above? Not even
What
Seth.
did you get,
Okay.
Seth? Seth did.
No,
What did you get?
28. I got 28.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. 28, Seth.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I can now.
Yeah, I can
Yes.
hear you
28. That's
Okay.
How? What did you roll for 28?
20.
I was going to say, I thought that was your highest. Yeah, still 28. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else 20 or above? No. Okay. 20 to 15.
Me.
Fleeting and Neris. Fleeting, what'd you get?
17.
17 Neris.
19.
19. Ooh, very nice. So.
That's
Neris.
right. Damon's about to get hurt. I was
Hurt?
looking for a more creative word, but then it settled.
Hurt. Got so hurt. Okay. Okay. 15 to 10. Malar,
10.
what'd you get? 10. Any advance on 10? Anyone? Okay. 10 for Malar. Okay, then did you get above 5, you two?
I did, yeah.
Brucon, what'd you get?
9.
9! Can you roll a d20 for me, please?
Can?
Showdown.
Oh.
Okay, I rolled 20 on the die, sorry.
Well, I rolled less than that.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, mate. And then that leaves the Oberyn on
What
4.
fucking black D20? It never works.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, at least there's.
Sorry about that. It's a cursed die. Get rid of it. Get rid of it right now.
No, it's-
All right.
At
So
least this way, there's someone on this side of the initiative. Trouble. You and me. Solidarity.
So, at the top of the round is Seth, and you hear an almighty crash, Seth, coming from the other end of the room. Let me put the combat camera on for you. Hang on one sec.
Chombat.
Although you cannot
Don't
see
be a,
the end.
don't be a golem. Don't be a golem.
1 second. Let's get the camera in position. Because I'm my own cameraman, of course. Here we go. Okay, so you can't see. I've purposely put that there because you can't see the end of the room. You can see the pillars just below this smoke screen, but that is as much as you can see, even with your dark vision currently.
How far
You
is
hear a
Damon
crash
from?
coming beyond it.
Sorry, I don't actually know if it's Damon or not. How far is the person from?
You can't tell because you can't see them. You just heard their voice echoing out of the room, so you know they're in the room. You'd hazard a guess they're at the opposite side of the room to you, and that's why you had that distortion.
Request.
So how?
Would I be able to say it's Damon before my turn, or
Yeah,
do I
of
have
course
to
you can.
wait?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
So I, in the most ominous possible voice, say it's Damon. There you go. I said it.
How far is the smoke?
So it's not actually smoke. That's just to represent the edge of your dark vision, your 60-foot vision.
Okay, can I move? Or can I start moving forward towards it?
Yeah,
Towards where I think the sound came from.
So in the
sure.
meantime, I have a
Just
quick
want to use
question.
30 feet of movement to start with.
I'll say
Can
because
you guys-
actually you're a bit further back than that. So you come up to the altar with 30 feet of movement. And
what-
you can see
I
past
see him?
the. You can't see him, but what you can see, you can on the combat camera, I think. But
I'm afraid
what
I'm
you see
quite
is-
delayed, so I can't really see the combat camera.
That's fine. What you do see ahead of you, beyond these pillars, is you see. It looks like, almost like it's a sheer, sloped face, but it's stairs. It's kind of like a ziggurat almost, and it rises up. It rises up about 15 feet or so. You can't see what's on the top of it though, from here. But
Okay.
that seems to be it. And you see there is a crack in the middle that seems to have widened, and there's sort of a gaping hole underneath it. As a free action,
How-
make a perception check for me.
17 of the dice plus 3, so just 20.
You can hear, coming from that direction, a series of groans of multiple, very slow humanoid type figures.
Okay. Sorry. You said there's a ziggurat, and I can't see what.
You can't see what's on top from here.
Cool. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna say that's fine if you wanna hide back there, Damon. And I wanna listen for a response to try and throw my dagger at where the voice comes from.
Okay.
Does he respond to being called a coward?
You hear 3 voices laughing. One comes from your left, one comes from your right, and one comes from straight ahead. From an elevated position.
What was that last one?
Straight ahead in an
left, right.
elevated position. They're 3 different voices. It's not the same voice to confuse you.
So none of those voices are Damon.
You don't. Well, one of them most likely is, but it's discerning which one is which, because they're all male.
Okay. Which
Some
one's
of
the
the
closest? Like.
Closest
position-wise?
is on your left.
How far was that?
You're not sure. Maybe the edge of the room.
Okay. Can I start to? What? Can I see the edge of the room? Like, can I see what this voice?
You can see. Yeah, you can see the edge of the room. Yes, you can. I'll say. Okay. You got 60 feet of dark vision, so I'll say just on the edge of your vision. Then you can see on the sort of to your let's say northwest, that there is one figure that appears to be
Okay.
that you can just about see.
I will use my bonus action to go as far as close as I can to that figure on the left. Then.
Cool. So you can move another 30 feet. We're in,
And I'd like to throw my dagger.
Okay. You can get within. You can just about get within 20 feet. So yeah, you can throw a dagger without disadvantage, which is nice.
And can I see him now that I'm closer? Like, what
now you can see him. This is unlike the cultists you were expecting to see, these red mages. This one, although it's dark vision, so you won't be able to tell colours, wearing a lot of armour and holding a very large and formidable looking glaive.
Cool. Fuck that. So I'm going to use my inspiration to get advantage on the attack.
Ooh, good call. Good call.
Apply my sneak attack.
Yeah. Of course, if you hit, go for it. And you've got elven accuracy because you did that thing as a feat. Yeah.
I don't properly know how to describe how pissed off I am right now because I've just rolled 3. I've just rolled 3 19s.
3
Yes.
3 19s.
Well, that is unfortunate. That does hit, but no critical. But yes, you do get sneak attack.
I don't know how to react to that. Oh god, it's been too long. I've forgotten how many dice it is.
So you're level 5, so it's 3d6 of sneak attack and a d4 for the dagger, and I think that's it, isn't it?
Cool. Yep. So 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19 damage.
19 damage, very nice.
And
the blade sinks in between his armor.
0 bonus action, so I'm going to stand there and think someone help me.
Rather than someone heal me. Okay. Yep, that's your turn. Next is Neris.
Right. Can you give me a lowdown again, please? Sorry, of who's around me.
So ahead of you is the rest of the party, and beyond them is the stone slab that you were chained to, that you were tied to. You can see the straps that we used to tie you onto there.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond them, just on the edge of your vision, are 2 stone pillars with braziers on the top, unlit currently, and Steph is standing about 10 feet to one side of one of them. There's a 15-foot gap between the two pillars. That's all you can see from here. In a stony chamber.
Well, Neris is gonna yell out into the chamber, just, "Get out here, you coward! Come and get me!"
The double coward taunt.
Yeah.
In response
Come
to
and
that,
get me!
In response to that, you hear these three sets of laughter, and one of the braziers, the one next to Seth, actually suddenly lights. And hang on 1 second. Seth, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. I'll just double check that it is actually. This is a lair action, which she kind of prompted.
Sorry, bro.
Nair. Cool. 16?
Sorry, it was a Constitution saving throw. What does that change it to? Keep the same roll. What does that change it to?
You horrible person. Cool. That's a 9 now.
Oh God.
Oh, buddy. Suddenly, a burst of light comes from the brazier. Seth, you're currently blinded. Until the end of your next turn, you are blinded. Just bear that in mind.
Oh, I hate end of the next turn stuff.
Does that flaring of the brazier, does that illuminate the room for the rest of us to see, or...?
It did momentarily, as it was lit, and then it dispersed as the light came out. So for a moment, you did see more of the room, and you saw this ziggurat at the end. And Malar, as you've asked, can you make a perception check for me? Just a straight perception check. There's no modifiers like disadvantage or anything.
Yeah, I can. It's not going to be particularly good, though. Perception. Yeah, that's only going to be 6.
6. There was something on top of the ziggurat. You couldn't see what it was. Something in the center. Sorry, go ahead, Neris. It's still your turn.
Yeah, exactly. So Seth is 10 feet away from you, or a little bit more.
Yeah, from the brazier, from the column.
No, from me.
Seth go, I can't see.
Oh
yeah,
no, Seth is about 60 feet from you. He's a ways away from you.
Like, okay, she's gonna yell like, "Seth, follow my voice." I don't know if that's gonna go. How much that's gonna help. Follow my voice, and then this is gonna be a very talky turn because there's not much to do.
You can use your action to do further conversation if you'd like. That's fine.
Actually, are there any stones around me?
There's the
Just on the ground, something I can pick up.
Yeah, there's bits of rubble. Yeah, right by your feet. There's quite a few. Yeah.
Excellent. So I'm going to pick up a stone, cast light on it, and can I hand it to Malar, or try to throw it to Malar?
Malar already has his continual flame torch with him, so don't worry about
it. Oh, right. Oh, okay. Well, then I'm just gonna yell in rage, Damon, I'm going to melt your face with my bare hands. I promise you.
I'd expect nothing less, Neris, dear.
Oh, good, dear. Can't wait.
Okay, anything else you want to do with your turn? That was the action to...
No, I mean, no.
No, just chatting shit with him. I like it.
It's just gonna be shit talking, because I don't know where, and I'm way too low on spells to be,
Marta...
That.
You were like 2/3 of the way to an idea I was about to suggest, which was if you throw your lit stone into the dark end of the room, then Malar can see the other end as well as our end.
Yeah, she'll have to do that next turn, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The turn is done.
Yeah, cool.
End scene.
You got it. You're ready for next time. So next up is fleeting. Your buddy's just been blinded and run into the room. would you like to do?
How close can I get to him?
He double moved, so he's 60 feet from you. So you can half that distance unless you dash.
Yeah, I'll walk as close to him as I can without getting anywhere near the brazier.
Cool. You can. So with your action, are you going to dash, or is it just movement you want to do? You can get to the stone slab with just your movement, and then it's another 30 feet to get to him.
Yeah, why not? Let's dash.
Okay. I'll put you on the other side of him, so you're further away from the brazier.
Thank you.
2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I've done that wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can get within touching distance of him, and you can now also see the armored individual in the corner of the room.
Okay. Cool. I will stay there.
Great. Okay. Next up. Oh boy. Let's see what he's going to do. I should have planned this, really, shouldn't I? Oh, God.
TPK. TPK.
I need both Fleeting Look and Seth to make dexterity saving throws, please.
That one I can do.
Yeah. I'm confident in your abilities on this one. Plus
20.
Yes,
20. That succeeds. She'll take half damage. And Fleeting Look?
17.
17. Oh, I think that also passes. Just. Yes, you pass. Just. Great. Well done. So you both take half damage as you're both engulfed in flame as a fireball is thrown down onto both of you from on high in the tower. At the top of the ziggurat, sorry. You take 6, 8, 12... 18.
Jesus.
23 points of damage halved, because you saved, to 12. Which would be enough to knock Leobrin unconscious.
I think I'm resistant to fire damage.
Actually, you're a tiefling, so yeah, you take only 6 points of damage. Fleeting Look.
I was going to say 23 halved to 11?
No, you're right. Yes, it is 11.
23 halved to 11,
up.
and
You've got to
then
round down. So 11
and then-
halved to 5 for Fleeting Look then. Yes, sorry, thanks, Marshall. Good catch. Good catch on the maths.
Thank you for that HP. That could save my life.
So that wouldn't be enough to knock Leobrin unconscious. So that's good.
Yes. Win. I mean, only if you roll exactly the same
Yes.
next time.
Only if. We'll see. So that happens.
Leobrin resistant to fire damage?
No.
No.
Is Leobrin particularly good at dex saves? No.
If I could see, I'd be looking back at Neris, wondering if she just fireballed me. Again.
He doesn't know. He would be looking at her. He doesn't know.
No, only James is looking back.
He will know one day.
Yeah.
I know how he's going to figure it out one day.
You caught, as you both saved, I'll say that actually you saw the flicker before it came down and hit you from on top of the ziggurat, so you're aware that there is somebody up there that threw down the fireball at you. And then that's I think that's probably his turn. I don't think he's got any bonus actions he'd like to use today, at least this turn. So next up is over to... Oh, sorry, it's them again. The armored individual advances towards you two. Seeing that the rogue has just been blinded, he's gonna go for the attack on him. And he's not afraid to get in amongst both of you, so he's in melee range of both of you. Oh no, sorry, he's got a glaive. He'll be 10 feet away. And he is gonna take a swing, but let me just get his stats up. Yep, he's gonna take a swing. His first attack will be at Seth with advantage because you're blinded, right? Is that how blinded works? Because he's advantage against blinded people. Anyone correct me if I'm wrong there?
What was it?
I can double check. I don't think that is accurate.
What's the rule? What was the question?
If you're blinded, does somebody have advantage to hit you?
If they can see, yes.
Yes. Okay, so in that
really?
case, yes, that will. I'm gonna. That will probably hit. Does a 24 hit, Seth?
No. Yes, of course it hits.
I don't know if
I'm
I
so
don't know. You've got funny ways of doing things. It
Yeah.
might.
Attacks against blindness people have advantage.
Cool. I remember that correctly. Good. So you take, Seth. You take 11 points of slashing damage, and he goes to make a second attack.
Which is searchable on Avrai.
Oh yes, Avrai. I should really bring up that, but I'm too busy looking at you all.
It's fine.
It's
I saw
really
DK
handy.
and Bart flipping through books. The rule is visible in the chat. It's in the in-game chat right now.
No,
Second
in the
attack
book,
is against Seth as well, and this was a 19 to hit.
Uh,
That hits. You take another 6 points of slashing damage.
Oh, I thought I was going down.
He then action surges and makes an attack
I'm going
against
down.
Fleeting Look.
Oh, thanks. Fuck. Sorry, please.
A 4 on the dice, that'll be 10, so that'll miss. Second attack. No, that's 7 on the dice, so that's 13, which will miss, I'm sure, for you. So yeah, swing. You're both still standing. That was a tactical error. He's going to back up a little bit. With the one space of movement he had left. That's his turn. Over to Malar.
Okay, so I've got all of 20 foot of actual sight and then another, or actual light, sorry, and another 20 foot of dim light because of my torch.
Yep.
So that's assuming that I can see things in dim light. I can see fuck all still. Great. I would very much like to advance a full 30 foot into the middle of the room.
Yep, you can get to the stone slab. And you can see Seth and Fleeting. You saw them being attacked by this long weapon, this long polearm with a blade on the end, and you can just on the edge of your vision see the knight that is attacking them, and you're shedding some dim light, so you can see that he's wearing red armor. Whoa.
Sick.
I don't want to burn anything too powerful on that. I'll just throw a Toll the Dead at him. Can you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Wisdom
DC
save, of course. 15.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. 12 on the dice. Is he wise? I don't think so. No. So yeah, you succeed. He has taken damage as well.
Oh, even bloody better.
There you go, mate. There you go.
That's going to be 10 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh. 10 points of necrotic damage. Very nice.
And that's going to be Malar's.
That's your turn. Okay. Next. Okay. Malar. You see a flicker of light from the other side of the room, and appearing maybe 15 feet from you is a ball of fire. This is a flaming sphere, if you will, that appears, and it rolls and crashes into you. Oh, bollocks, I need to get my thing up for flaming sphere. So can you... it's a save. It's a dex save, I think. Let me double check.
Dex save is what you were doing for the rats.
Yeah.
That wasn't the effect for the rats.
Oh, I thought that was flaming sphere. Okay.
No. I'll tell you what that is later. Or it might come up.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure it is a dex save for that, so I rolled an 8.
Most
So
fire
it's a
attacks
dex
are
save, yeah. So 8 fails. So you take 7 points of fire damage.
Cool. Okay.
Yep. And I will say from doing that, you then see for a moment you saw another figure as in the one who cast it, on the right-hand side of the room, so parallel to where the knight is on the left-hand side. Yeah, that's it. That's their turn. Over to Brucon.
So, a couple of things. Firstly, there was a message in the party chat and Discord chat to look at. Secondly, I might have got buried a bit now, to be fair, but second thing was whether there'd been I was checking the party's HP earlier, and it looked like Neris might not have got the benefits of using any hit dice on the short rest, so wanted to suggest that was worth looking at. And then lastly, how much of all of what's been going on has Brucon been aware of? All of it, or?
Yeah, I'm going to say for the most part, you're aware of all the effects that have happened, all of these spells that have been chucked out at people. You're aware of the blinding light for Seth, because you're near the front as well, so you're going to see most of this happening. And
the ziggurat, is that the thing with the figure next to the DM screen in the Twitch stream?
Yes, that's it. So currently you can't actually see that because it's beyond the edge of your dark vision, but yes, that is it.
How far away from where Brucon currently is that figure?
So you wouldn't be able to tell from looking, but I will say if you're thinking of boots of speed to get over there quickly, floor space from where you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The magic number is 16 squares.
It's because it's 15 feet high, so it'd be difficult terrain. So that's essentially an extra 30 feet to get up there as well. You're looking at it's within 120 feet.
Within 120 feet.
Which I believe is you with boots of speed. Is that your movement, right?
No, with boots of speed, Brucon's movement is 80 feet.
Sorry, with a dash.
Yeah, so with a dash, it would be 160.
Okay, great. Yeah, so it's. Sorry, I was doing quick math, so it's about 105 feet in total movement to get to the top.
Very manageable. Cool. Well, Brucon will activate bonus action to activate the boots of speed, and then move and then dash up to square off against the guy who's casting spells all over the shop.
Okay. You appear up on the podium. There is a podium up there. He's standing behind a sort of lectern type thing, a stone lectern. Anyway, you appear up next to him.
Brucon pops up next to him and goes, "Excuse me, would you mind stopping that?"
and you see this tall half-elf chap. He's got quite delicate features, and he's got this kind of wispy, blondish locks, which he then kind of flicks over to look at you, and it dances merrily in the breeze. Quite dashing, actually.
Does he have a smoke machine set up nearby?
Currently, no. Currently, he does not have a smoke machine yet, but I'm sure it will come. And he looks straight at you in the eyes, confused at first, and goes, "My, you are fast. I shall have to see to that." Yeah. Anything else you want to do conversation-wise? I think you've got a couple of words. No, you good? Okay, next. Leobrin.
So this is a long room that Leobrin can't see to the back of because it's past 60-foot dark vision, yes?
Yep. Yes.
But you can probably see most of the people who've run into the room because they'll be within 60 feet.
Yes.
Apart from Brucon.
Apart from Brucon, you can see the others, yes.
Probably generated light as he travels so fast. Well, Leobrin's going to head into the room, trying to keep away from where everyone else is.
There is, you can. Most of the party are on the left-hand side of the room, so you can sort of skirt over to the right if you'd like.
Yeah, stick to the right and head into the room until you start seeing any enemies.
Did you want to hug the wall, or are you just going straight into the room down the right-hand side?
Down the right-hand side, just Don't particularly hug the wall. Just go in, but go in away from the rest of the people. Keep it
It's
spread,
about there
spread
with
out.
the normal movement. And then I think yes, when you get there, just on the edge of your dark vision, you can see there is a figure hugging the right hand wall at approximately 60 feet from you. So just on the edge of your vision, a red cloaked individual.
Cool. I think the stream has just caught up with the bit where you were. Maybe. Ah, yes. There we go. I can now see a red cloaked individual.
So you can just see him. Yeah.
Cool. My rats can't move that fast. But I can. I can.
No.
Oh no. What's oh no?
I've just seen what was in the chat on Skype.
Oh yeah. Did we say 30 or 60 foot? Actually, well, that's fine because I can summon them within 30 feet and then they can run. I think the other 30 feet. How fast? Yeah, lovely.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll summon a swarm of rats on the 30-foot direction towards that red-robed person, and then those rats will run the following 30-foot and attack.
Is that do you need to roll an initiative, or do they go on your initiative? I can't remember.
That's up. It's it. Well, the thing says roll initiative, so I'll roll initiative unless you want them on my turn.
Yeah, probably roll initiative just for clarity.
Cool.
But you can summon them, sure. I'll get some rats out.
I think I might have just rolled the exact initiative. Let's just see if they've got a modifier. Ha! The rat's initiative is my initiative.
That's really simple.
The fact that they rolled better than me is beside the point. They're still at 4.
You summon them 30 feet from you, about there. And we'll say then, for the sake of argument, they can go after you. That's easier, isn't it? So do you have to command them as a bonus action, or is it just you by your will they'll do what you want them to do, sort of thing?
I have to tell them.
It's been a month, I can't remember.
I speak to them. And they
you speak to them. Okay, fair enough. You can talk to them.
They obey any verbal commands that you issue to them. No action required by you.
Perfect. So yeah, their turn. So unless you're doing anything else on your turn, they'll then take their turn and move towards it.
No, I've taken my action and move.
Great. Are they going to inhabit the same space as this mage, or
no? They're just
5
5 feet away, attacking
and going to attack. Roll an attack, please.
Cool. Where's my rats? That is, where's the numbers? 18 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That is 7 piercing damage.
Oh, very nice. You hear the mage howl in pain. Ow! Fucking rats! Ah! This is gnawed on its. There's rats start infesting his feet and stuff and start gnawing at him. Yep.
There will be, because I sort of yelled the command, the rats that were under me will have also moved 30 foot towards that guy, but they're still 30 foot away from that guy.
Okay.
No, they'll still be in my space because they have to move 30 foot. So they'll have moved with me. They're still with me.
Yeah, they'll move with you. That makes sense.
Yeah, I wasn't.
We'll worry about them later. We'll say they're on the same initiative, so all rats are on the same initiative, because that's going to get really confusing otherwise.
That's how the rules work.
Yeah, and then so end of that round. Brucon, you hear beneath you, and Seth, you hear coming from that gaping hole in the ziggurat. You hear these moans continue, and they get louder as zombies start pouring from inside the ziggurat. Start coming out, and they start heading in different directions. A couple of them start clambering up the altar towards Brucon and Damon at the top. A couple go for Seth, and a couple go for Malar. They move as far as they can.
Can they reach?
So-
I thought I was like 60 feet away from the ziggurat.
You were before your turn. You weren't by the end of your movement. You had got to the ziggurat. You couldn't see what's on the top because it's 15 feet high.
So the ziggurat was 30 feet away from us at the base, from where we entered.
So it's approximately, just floor map wise, it's about 80 feet from the entranceway to the room. So you couldn't see it from the entranceway. Then when you moved into the room, you could just about start seeing it, and then you couldn't see the top until you got to the pillars. Then you can see everything from there, but the top is a bit obscured by the angle, basically.
Okay, sorry. Because I thought I went really far left, so I thought I was still like 60 feet away from it.
No. You went to the left, but you didn't hug the left wall because that would have taken you a lot longer to get anywhere. So you went quite directly. One zombie is within melee of you. Obviously, you're still blinded, so you can't see anything at this point anyway. But so one zombie is going to try and attack you. Okay. 18 on the dice. So I'm sure that will hit.
It is, and I have 5 HP left. So
okay, I can't.
Down.
I didn't get the zombie stat out because I'm an idiot and I forgot. So here we go. All right, so it is a D6 plus 1. So fingers crossed, Seth. It's a 4 on the dice, so 5 exactly. Bludgeoning damage.
And I am out.
You fall to the floor unconscious. There's more zombies descend. There's 7 of them in total.
I can see what Malar's thinking. I can see DK's brain as it's laid out in front of me right now.
And he's like, it's a good job you short rested, right? But I think given time commitments and whatnot, folks, we'll call it there for today and we'll pick it up from that place next time, if that's okay, as it's the beginning of the next round. Is that okay with everyone?
Sounds good.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, big encounter. Big encounter requires 2 seconds? 2 sessions, folks. I'm so sorry. Probably about 12 seconds of combat. There we go. All right, we'll leave it there for today. Guys, thank you so much for joining in. I'm pleased to say, unless I'm mistaken, we've had no issues with streaming today, which means the new system, praise be upon it, for it is worthier than thou. Yes, all praise the system. So thank you all, and hopefully we'll have all these little niggles we've had sorted for next time. But thank you all for tuning in. I'll be back Friday for a campaign diary to talk about this and what we've been doing in the time off, and what's to come on Saturday, of course, which is the wrapping up the second part of what was originally a one-shot, the Amphail Assassin. Join us for that Saturday from 2 p.m. here on the channel. Anyway, thank you guys. I'll see you next week, and until next time, stay safe.
Bye.